Supreme Week 9 drops this Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can calculate what time that will be for you. And as far as the week goes, it's been getting a lot of downvotes. I don't think too many people are jazzed about what's dropping, but this week contains one of the items I've been waiting all season for. So be sure to stick around to see what that is. If you guys see me looking down here, I'm looking at what you will be seeing on the left hand of the screen right now. And with that being said, we'll get into the drop list. To start things off, we have a couple of accessories. We have the vacuum insulated bottle, which, you know, there's not a whole lot to be said about a lot of these Supreme accessories. It really is what it is. Here we have an insulated bottle. Sure, cool. It's a thermos. I think sometimes these resell decently. They do bottles pretty much every season. These aren't necessarily bad ones, I don't think. Moving forward, we have the Jacob & Co. 14 karat gold lock pendant. Supreme has definitely done a lot worse pendants, but you know, keep in mind, if you do like this, it is going to be pretty expensive. I think a lot of their pendants usually go around like $200, $300, maybe even $400 depending on the size of it, so keep that in mind. But once again, I think this is a cool pendant. You know, the lock is kind of one of those classic like necklace designs, so I do appreciate this. It looks cool. Moving forward, we have the Mohair Beanie, which, you know, it pretty much is what it is. It's just a beanie, and then the material that makes it up is mohair, which is kind of hard to describe. Not exactly sure the best way to describe it. It's kind of like longer, and I feel like it's more towards like the woolly material, especially with what you will see for the cardigans that are dropping as well. But, you know, really not a whole lot to be said. They're pretty basic, except for you have this like tiger print on the far right, which is kind of interesting. Moving on to some more Jacob & Co. collaboration pieces. This is the Time Zone 47mm watch, and this comes in at a whopping $14,000. We also have it coming in a 40mm variant. I think that is just the watch face size, but this one comes in at $12,000, so very expensive. Looks like they have alligator straps, and yeah, I don't know, man. Some people go crazy about watches. I personally have never seen or, you know, gotten into the hype about watches. Not really interested, but if you have, you know, like 15 grand burning a hole in your pocket, go crazy. Moving on, we have the small box crew neck, and this is what it is for my minimalistic hype beasts out there. You just have a little box logo on the chest, and then it comes in a plethora of colorways, which, you know, pretty decent set of colors, I must say so myself. Moving on, we have the King hooded varsity jacket. I forget exactly what they have going on the back. Yeah, it says King and then 20, got some stars, and the side says In God We Trust. The colorways aren't crazy. I definitely don't mind the red and white one. I think that one's all right, but just the design itself also, just not feeling it. And you got 2020 printed all over you. I don't know who would really want to commemorate this year, but yeah, this piece does exist if you want to. And then also just the abbreviation for Supreme. You have periods coming after every single letter. It just kind of looks stupid. Like, everybody knows Supreme isn't like an acronym. I guess maybe they have tried to make it into an acronym before, but yeah, I'm also not feeling that part of it. Next up, we have the Big Stitch hooded sweatshirt. This, you know, if you guys know me, you know I won't like this. This is contrast stitching at its worst, I would say. And you just got a Supreme arc logo. Comes in a couple different colorways. The black one is kind of like a What the Big Stitch logo with a bunch of different colors, and I think this is ugly. I do not care for this at all. Moving forward, this is what I teased at the beginning. This is the Bobsled Tee. This is an item I've been waiting for all season. This and the Supreme Bleed logo, which I'm sure you guys have seen me rock in some of my other videos I did acquire. This is what I've been waiting for. I love this one. It's got like a big, huge bobsled graphic. You got it in motion. It's got like a blur. You got some grunge to it and grit with you know, this kind of like overspray going on to different parts of the shirt. And I think it looks awesome. You know, this gives me huge like vintage vibes, and I just love the way it looks. We have a close-up of the white colorway, and I must say the white colorway is probably my least favorite, just because of the overspray from this shirt on the white colorway. Makes it look like it's kind of like dirty rather than like shading or whatever it's intended to be. Also, the black colorway might be a pass, just depending on, like, I need to get a full look at it from front on, which, you know, you obviously can't see here, just to tell how the graphic compares to it. From this blue colorway, you can see there's already a lot of black in the graphic, so having it on the black colorway or the black blank, might just be too much and like not having enough going on. You might not be able to see enough. But if that is the case, I think the blue is a great choice. You know, I think this blue looks great. So I'm happy with either blue or maybe black, or maybe I'll have to go for both. I don't know. I love it though. Moving onward, we have the Pigment print script logo 6 panel, which is a mouthful. Kind of whack in my opinion, other than this front and center colorway, which is all right. We've seen this used on a puffer, I think last week. They also did it on some pants that I thought were pretty cool, the Woods pants, but I had my critiques about that as well. Moving forward, we have the oval short sleeve top, which just has the little oval Supreme logo. I think they did a sticker of this maybe, or I've seen it used on some other pieces this season, I want to say. Not a bad piece. I think it's embroidered. Yeah, jersey with embroidery. So since this is one of their cotton jerseys, it's going to be pretty expensive, especially for what you are getting. We also have the leather collar work jacket, which when I first saw, I got really excited, but I would definitely rather have a corduroy collar than leather. And then another thing is, when you look at this beautiful floral colorway, it's in this like digital camo, or I think they call it like a digi floral colorway. So everything's kind of like pixelated. I think it would have looked cooler, in my opinion, if it weren't pixelated, though I guess the pixelated works fine. But yeah, that and then the leather collar kind of makes me stray away from it a little bit. But definitely a beautiful piece in a lot of ways, and I could see how people would definitely like this. Moving forward, we have the warm-up pant, which I think honestly they drop every season, just in different colorways. Not really feeling the colorways we're getting for this season. You just have that tiny branding on the bottom. We have the shoulder arc short sleeve shirt, which I don't really care for this. It just looks weird. I don't know, like it's going in your armpit. We have the Candy Crush hat, especially in that front center colorway, which is trash. The far right colorway wasn't that bad. We have the pinup chino pant, which you know, I could care less about these. You do have the like pinup for the name comes from on the back pocket. You have a lady riding like an oval Supreme logo, which is very similar to some stuff they've used for the Supreme Hysteric Glamour collaboration, I want to say like 3-4 years back. Anyway, we're once again getting this digi floral pattern on the pants, and that's easily my favorite colorway for it. Could care less about the other ones. And we're getting even more pants. We have the big stitch sweat pant. I don't like contrast stitching. We have the classic logo reversible 6-panel hat, which I'm not feeling this at all. The bottom looks so like hollow, like it doesn't look like there's enough holding up the back in the middle. It doesn't look like there's enough holding that up to make it like a structured hat. And also the editing that they did here just looks really weird and makes me uncomfortable. Like the shading in the middle looks so unrealistic. Moving forward, we have the chains rayon, which I'm surprised is such like a downvoted piece. I know it's a little tacky, I guess, like a play on like some Versace or like Gucci stuff maybe, but that middle colorway, that white colorway, I actually do like. I like how the gold like pops against it, especially the red crowbar. And they have some other Supreme accessories that have dropped throughout the seasons on it, I want to say. Like I think they have like a switchblade or something that's dropped before, or a Zippo or something. So I think it's kind of a cool like integration of pieces that they've dropped before on this piece. And you know, people go crazy for rayon, so I was kind of surprised to see this such a downvoted piece. Next up, we have the brushed mohair cardigan, which is what I was referencing earlier, and I think these are cool pieces, though for Supreme prices it'll probably be like, I don't know, priced pretty high. Very Kurt Cobain-esque in my opinion, especially, you know, you look at this like black colorway. And as far as Supreme branding, I think all you really have is a little bit of branding on one of the pockets, and then there's a tiny little Supreme tab on the bottom right for us, I guess, with the way we're looking at it. But not a bad piece. I've been a fan of cardigans, so I do like this, but for the price that's going to be, it's an easy pass for me. Last, and actually the least, because we are sorting by upvote ratio, is the World Peace beanie. You have this big World Peace embroidered patch going on the front of the beanie, and then on the flip side you get Supreme embroidered in an Old English font. As far as the World Peace patch goes, it looks like you have like some yin yang, some other stuff going on. They dropped this on a bomber, I want to say, or they will be dropping it on a bomber. I'm not sure if it dropped yet, but I think it's the same embroidered patch that will be on that. And then also I think they're putting this patch on like the side of a hood, I want to say, for a zip up hoodie. Trash piece though, and that wraps up the leaks for this drop list. I think there are more pieces that will be added before the drop this Thursday. With that being said though, let me know what you guys think of it. Are you in love with the bobsled tee like myself? If not, please do not go for it. If you do love it, even avoid it. Let me pick up all the stock that I need for it. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.